Hey y'all, good morning. Rise and shine, dearly divine. It is Wednesday, I think. I don't know what date it is. It's the 28th. It's the 28th, I know that much. Hope you guys are doing well. I know it's super early, and so I am not going to ring the bell. I still have sleepers. My son is still asleep, so I don't want to wake him up like that. I'm going to just say a quick prayer, y'all, and clear the space. So, dear God, Archangel Michael, and benevolent beings of divine knowledge and grace, please be with me as I channel these messages here today. Please make them clear, true, concise, contain accurate and helpful information, and absolutely no lies. Archangel Michael, I ask that you intervene and act as a spiritual go-between. Shield me with your wings of light and cut off all energetic projections that are not for my highest timeline with your mighty sword of light. Amen. All right. So we've hit that minute mark. Welcome in, witches, bitches, twats, and thoughts. I'm Black Betty, and I am Karma's right hand. It is morning time. It is 6:58. It's not even 7 a.m. yet, but I'm up. Let's have some coffee. And let's roll the dice, you guys. I'm going to shake them. Headphone morning. Let's see what comes out, shall we? First thing out is idiot. I-D-I-O-T. And for those of you that don't know, it's an ID10T error. I'll let you see it visually if I can pick them all up. ID10T error. That's what you can say at work when you're dealing with an idiot. It's a PEBCAC error. Problem exists between the chair and the keyboard. Okay, so we've got somebody that doesn't like who they're working with. Somebody's getting up right now and they don't want to deal with whoever they work with. Ripe. A situation is ripe for the picking. Dunk. Slam dunk. Somebody likes to dunk their cookies in milk. Hera. Zeus's wife. Hera. H-E-R-A. The name Fred, F-R-E-D. T-H-R-U, through, texting slang. Dad. Dad. Out of vowels. Who else in here with me? There's a lot of you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. Let's have some coffee together, shall we? Trying to choke on it, though. Pest. P-E-S-T. Not. N-O-T. That in the 80s or like the early 90s. Oh my God, you're totally fabulous. Not. Shit. Okay, so the words that came out of the dice this morning are ripe, idiot, Hera, dunk, pest, dad, through, Fred, and not. I'm gonna pull a couple out of the basket and then we're gonna get to the tarot, y'all. Oh, we got a rune. I think I'm going to put the rune back. I don't feel like reading my book right this morning because my eyes are not not where it's at to be sitting and focusing on small print right now. Sorry. Oh, but for those of you that want to know which rune it was, hold on. It was Kaunan, ulcer or fire. I'm not going to read the book about it though. All right, so somebody is irate. Following through with somebody doesn't want to go to work with some idiot. They're irate. They don't want to work with somebody. Somebody is a pest. We've got 444. We've got protection in all directions. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Dragon Lord. The man in a blue Oxford shirt will have an Epstein moment. Yikes. Staying abstinent without a clear commitment. Good for you. Video. Black magic, rejected and deflected. Gambling addiction. Ow. Ouch, quit it. Hurts, don't it? Something, I'm hearing one of my friends that's passed on. This is somebody that used to like walk past you and they'd thump you like right in the forehead and you'd be like, ouch, and they'd be like, quit it. Hurts, don't it? Yes. Something about a blue Ferrari and a Hitman. That is not flying beneath the radar. That's kind of like standing out like a sore thumb. The snakes they drove out of Ireland were the Celtic pagans. It wasn't actually snakes. There's never been a snake in Ireland. Never once. It's an island. Okay, look for the helpers. A quote from Mr. Rogers. The celibate slut. Staying abstinent without a clear commitment. All right, and then tree is here. So let's see if we got anything that's kind of locking in with the words. We've got ripe, idiot, ripe. Something on the trees ripe for the picking. Okay. Somebody thought something was going to be a slam dunk, but it was not. Somebody took a risk and lost. We've got this celibate slut and staying clear or staying abstinent without a clear commitment. I don't know what that's about. That doesn't have anything to do with the dice. Blue Ferrari Hitman and the man in a blue Oxford shirt will have an Epstein moment. There's a lot of blue associated with like death here. Somebody's irate that their black magic was deflected and rejected. I think that this blue Ferrari Hitman, I don't think that this is somebody that does this physically. I think this is somebody that does this spiritually. This is like a heavy hitter in the spiritual world. They can like, this is somebody that has a gift to project into other people's psyche and torture them to the point where they take themselves out. Okay, so that's going to be this reading. We're going to look for the helpers also because there's somebody out there that knows the truth. And then we might get another reading on those two that's like related. So something is ripe for the picking. Somebody thought something was ripe for the picking. They took a big gamble. It did not work out. Somebody's going to get in. I think there might be having a price on their head because they may owe somebody here. They may owe somebody for this money. Let's get a major to get the overall energy. And then we'll get deep into the tarot. Oh my gosh, it's so early, y'all. I just literally rolled out of bed. Sorry. All right, let's get a major out here. We have got strength in reverse. What did I just say? About somebody projecting mentally into another person's psyche to make them lose their mind, to take themselves out, to make somebody have that weak sense of self. I think this person's black magic, they're not as strong as they think they are. Let's get some shadow out of this and find out what this person does, what they, I'm hearing leverage. This person leverages people. It's not quite extortion. It's not quite blackmail. They leverage people. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna take that one. Reincarnation. This person's soul has been here and done this before, like the black magic thing. They're stuck in a forever loop with this reincarnation. This is somebody who sold their soul in the past. Intellect in reverse. Wow, it was not a sure thing. This gamble this person took, it didn't have great odds. They did not listen to their better judgment here. They knew that this was a risk. Somebody put their life in danger. This is somebody that, like, I think is in debt to a loan shark here. In debt to a loan shark, and this person has already sold their soul in a past life. Until they fix this cycle, they're going to keep going through it over and over and over again. All right. And this person is one that, since they've been going through it over and over and over again, has learned to project their dark energy, knowing that they're just going to keep coming back over and over and over again. That's this spiritual hitman. This is where they develop these capabilities. This person works alone. They don't work with anybody else. This is a solo person. Okay, 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. King of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, 5 of Wands in the reverse. This person works by themselves because it's the only way to keep their cool. If they had somebody that they cared about or that they were responsible for, it would just cause problems and confuse their capabilities here. This person is a solo practitioner because they know that they're just going to have to keep going through this over and over and over again, and other people getting in the mix just draws attention to them. This person doesn't want a person, they don't date because they don't want some idiot girlfriend, a pest, one of those pick-me-ass bitches I just heard, to blow their cover. K.A., good morning. How are you? Queen of Swords is here. This person does not want any pick-me-ass bitch. They need a Ma Barker. They need a Bonnie to their Clyde. And this person does a unique type of work here. This blue Ferrari hitman, they've made a lucrative living. This person might like invest in horses. I don't know why I'm picking that up. It could be how they clean their money. And they might gamble. They need a Bonnie to their Clyde or a Ma Barker to deal with them. We've got death and the... Look, This is a unique pair to be coming out together. It's almost in contrary energy. This person has a lot of endings here. But if you see, as death is coming in, there is a new dawn on the horizon. That means whoever is seeing this new dawn live to see another day. I think this spiritual hitman didn't complete what they were supposed to complete. I think that this person, they need this partner to be able to do whatever job they need to do here. They're not strong enough. With that strength in reverse as the first card, their spiritual muster, they're not as good as they once was, evidently. This person can't really think their way out of a paper bag right now when it comes to manifesting. This person is legit distracted with happily ever after. This cold-hearted killer, this man in the blue Oxford shirt that's going to have an Epstein moment, and this blue Ferrari hitman. Somebody is supposed to be mentally projecting this black magic, confusion magic. I'm hearing Leviathan spirit. I mean, look, there's the Kraken. I'm hearing the Leviathan spirit. And this spirit of confusion is supposed to make somebody so despondent that they just take themselves out. That way, this hitman's hands are clean. They haven't technically ever hurt anybody physically. This is not something you can pick up with a fingerprint or DNA or forensic evidence. There is no spiritual forensic investigation until you meet us, the tarot community. This blue Ferrari hitman is not as good as they used to be. And they're in, I think, the end of one of their life cycles, and they know that they're just going to keep coming back, and they're mad about it. They're irate. They thought somebody was ripe for the picking. They thought the apple didn't fall far from the tree, and that they could just, I don't know, make somebody take themselves out. That spirit of confusion is being cleared up. The Leviathan spirit. Somebody here has seen what they want. And it's to not continue to be, I'm hearing a succubus or incubus vessel, okay? This person that can literally take people out or make people take themselves out with this spirit of confusion. All of the tentacles from this Leviathan spirit. I'm going to drag you down. As soon as you get your head above air, it's going to drag you down. All of the different options, all of the confusion, all of the drama and chaos. But these are both in the reverse. Somebody's overcome this person's magic. And that made this person literally fall in love. It's weird. It's weird. Should I say unique? Odd. It's uncommon. Fuck. Okay, so this spiritual hitman couldn't take out the last person they were supposed to take out. They couldn't go through with it. They couldn't finish it out. They thought someone was ripe for the picking. Turns out they were not. Okay. The last laugh, the future in reverse. Somebody thought they were going to get the last laugh, that somebody was ripe for the picking. Turns out they were not. And now the joke's on this hitman. Earthbound in reverse. Thought they were going to get out of this cycle, and now they're just stuck into it. This person is, they're going to go through spiritual purgatory. I'm hearing the ninth circle of hell. I'm sorry to laugh about that. Wave of bliss in reverse. This person's never going to know another moment of pleasure, happiness, or abundance here. They thought they were going to get the last laugh, and joke's on them. That black magic was deflected, rejected, returned to sender. We've got Soma in reverse. Is everything in reverse? No. This person's even losing their enlightened gifts. They're losing their light. You keep sucking and sucking and sucking off of other people until they take themselves out, until you drag them under. I'm not you, collective, the cross watcher, okay? Until you drag them down under, until they can't get their head above water, until they can't rise above the drama. You pick the ones that seem to be full of life, right at their most, at their peak. Like when you pick a piece of fruit, you want that juiciest bite, right? That's kind of what this person is like. They want the juiciest bite of anybody's life that they come after. Ooh, I just blew all those away. They want the juiciest bite, right for the picking. It didn't go through. This is going back to this person, and now they are wasting away. Stuck in their own trap. I'm hearing Suspicious Minds by Elvis right now. Caught in a trap, can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. This hitman fell in love because they sucked the energy off of whoever they were trying to kill, and they couldn't kill him. Oh, but man, what a tasty, juicy piece of fruit. Now this person's ready to give it up. Give up the job, give up what they do. This person, I'm hearing new, what's this? Born to Love Again, Brand New Man by Brooks and Dunn. I saw the light, I've been baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. This person sucked the energy off the wrong person, and it's got them off their rocker. This person can't get a grip. They're mad. It didn't go through. They've got people after them that they took this money from, and it didn't go through. We got the Devil in reverse. See, here's the deal. This person is off their rocker, and they're trying to gain some sort of control here. They're trying to pretend that nothing is wrong. Aloof, detached. Nobody's gonna know. They're never gonna know. Motherfucker, they're gonna know. Okay, hold on here. They're gonna know. Who did you come after? Who'd you try to suck the life off of? The Empress? Shit. And it backfired. That worked. That was a bad investment. Bad waste of energy, because evidently this Empress has gifts of their own. Let me get out my... Tell me about this Empress. We've got this hitman here trying to suck the life off of somebody. Maybe trying to pay off... Like, this is the job they have to do to pay off the debt to the loan sharks, okay? Why do the loan sharks want to come after this person? So why is the Empress the target? Why is this person... You make people want to change. You make people want to do better. You are one of the helpers that Mr. Rogers is talking about looking for. You're one of the people that makes, I don't know, hitman turn away from the devil. That's some serious power. talisman in reverse. So we have got somebody that is using either jars, crystals, statues, insofar as even using poppets like voodoo dolls. But this is not somebody that's a voodoo practitioner. This is like, I'll just call it a poppet. It's an effigy. It's not a voodoo doll per se. But this person's using some sort of other representation of this Empress to suck the energy off of them. And I think that return to sender spell, truth be told, they're using some sort of effigy to siphon energy off of this Empress. But here's the deal. The black magic was rejected and deflected because we have got a divine feminine right here, okay? We've got a divine feminine that inspires transformation in other people. This is a catalyst energy. This is a light switch. I just flipped a switch, okay? And this, they didn't realize that this person being a divine feminine had divine protection around them at all times. So this black magic reversed. Now, the divine feminine, every time somebody attacks her, gains their energy. This hitman is being worn down. They feel like an idiot. We've got water here. Could be a water sign. Could be somebody saying go with the flow. Could be somebody that was extremely in their emotions when they did or said what they did to put this in motion. I think this deck is done. Okay. Last card out of that one. Message. Do you see what beginning and ending? We started with transformative. You deliver transformative messages, and whatever energy this person got to tap into out of this divine feminine was juicy. They really liked their essence. They really, really wanted to drain this energy off of this divine feminine. The spiritual protection around them boomeranged this back. And now the divine feminine gets a taste of other people's energy when they try to do this. But this hitman here is a water sign. They're using some sort of talisman, effigy, poppet, stones, jar spells. This person could even be using carved candles, okay, that are specific for their intention. And it's blowing up in their face. It's blowing up in their face. Right, we've got the moon here. So this is something this person has tried to keep secret, right? They become wealthy. They become lucrative. They play it off through gambling or through cleaning their money. This person could have some sort of business where they launder their money through, okay? So nobody knows what they do. This is not somebody that gets bloody. This is somebody that uses their spiritual gifts to harm other people. And they have kept it under wraps for a very, very, very long time. Until this high priestess, until this empress. Boom! Until this empress came along, and now their world is rocked. Now they don't know what to do. Okay, this is their profession. This is what they do. If they don't do the job, they're not going to be able to get paid. They're still owe for what they've done here. Seven of Wands into the Seven of Swords in reverse. They're still going to need to provide results for what they've already been paid for, and there's no getting away with it. There's no getting away with it. This person is unprotected. The loan sharks that they have had to pay off, or let's say this is how they're paying off their debt, okay? Gambling debt is to actually harm this Empress. It backfired in the biggest, baddest way, and this person is not going to be able to do what they need to do here. They're not going to get away with it. They're unprotected. There's that Two of Pentacles in reverse again. This person is off balance, off kilter, because they know the energy is coming back. They know the spells didn't work. They know the energy siphoning, their little tap, whatever they had is done. Whatever, like, they were celebrating, they thought they had it in the bag. They thought they found somebody ripe for the picking. We got somebody in the background that's protecting. The Knight of Swords. So we've got an air sign here. We've got somebody that is charging in. We've got somebody that's determined to do the right thing. We've got somebody that's valiant and pissed off, irate. And then we've got the happy squirrel right behind that. Why would you do this to somebody? This is like the equivalent. This should just be SpongeBob. Okay? It's like, why would you do this to somebody who's just happy to be alive? Who's content with what they've got? When the sun's shining, they're in a good mood because it's sunny outside, and it doesn't take more than that to make this person smile, right? Why would you do this to somebody like that? Once again, energy repeating itself in this reading. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Why would you do that? It's like this person doesn't fuck with anybody. They don't bother anybody. They don't work with anybody. They don't have any ties to anybody. Why would you do this to somebody who's just happy by themselves, literally happy, doing things on their own, minding their fucking business? Why? Let's find out what the outcome is going to be for this hitman. We got two. Larkspur and poison ivy. Well, somebody's probably going to get some sort of, when that energy backfires, this person's going to get some sort of a rash or an injury. And then this larkspur, they're going to get exposed, okay? That's bright star. So this psychic vampire, what did I say? That is the card of poison ivy, is the psychic vampire. This person mentally sucks the life out of people. All right? So we have got to read that one and find out what that's all about. The energy is creeping, blistering, and tranquilizing. It holds a very protective energy and can be used in spells for blocking unwanted interactions with others. The poison. The disempowered poison ivy is an energy or psychic vampire and is a bit of a taker in friendships. They like useful friends and often ask for favors without returning them. But they seem to have forgotten that friendship is a two-way street. They are the kind of friend who will only appear when they want something. Poison ivy is very good at one-sided conversations, often becoming quite emotional and demanding comfort and mutual outrage. But the recipient of these strong emotions might not have the capacity to deal with the onslaught and feels uncomfortable. It's difficult as poison ivy has a challenging life and deserves compassion. The antidote. Friendship is a mutual relationship built on respect and reciprocation. If poison ivy shifts the focus away from themselves for a moment, they may realize that their friends also need help and support. The give and take of friendship is highlighted. When poison ivy needs to rant, they can ask their friends first if they are in the right emotional space to listen to them. Instead of constantly dumping on others, they can speak to a trusted therapist or record their upset in a journal, as this can help process strong emotions. Okay, this hitman is trying to turn over a new leaf. They need to learn how to not use their gifts to harm, okay? And this is where it's at. This person needs to learn how to give of themselves and to reciprocate when others give to them as well. This person is going to approach this Empress. I can feel this. So we have got, where's the larkspur? There we go. And the larkspur here is wild, inky, and cathartic. It grows wild in the fields of Europe and can be employed in protection spells. Its beautiful purplish blue star-shaped flowers signify joy and a pure heart. The poison associated with this card. Larkspur had a difficult childhood, never really fitting in, and was branded as being weird and other, and thus became a loner. They can never comprehend the violence and unkindness in the dense physical energy that is the earth. Why people treat each other in the environment so badly. Larkspur has become insular, loath to go out into the world and show who they truly are. They have forgotten they came here to help humanity and not hide from it. The antidote to this card. The Earth's energies are speeding up and changes are inevitable. And with this comes turbulence and uncertainty. Larkspur agreed to incarnate upon the Earth at this challenging time to help and heal humanity and guide them into a more peaceful, prosperous era. They have come from a place of unconditional love, creativity, and joy. Just their energy brightens a room. Larkspur must remember that they came here for that and to shine their light unapologetically like a bright star in the sky. Okay, so here's the deal. We have got the Hitman energy and the Empress energy. This Hitman has literally been a psychic vampire. This is what they do. They've got some sort of debt that they are trying to pay off. And I'm really picking up this is loan shark energy. Somebody may have a gambling addiction. They might owe the casino. They might owe a bookie. Okay, this bookie could have muscle. This person could be in big danger, so they have to use this gift to end another person to pay off this debt. In the tapping of this bright star energy, this person has got a taste of something they don't want to get rid of. They want it all for themselves. This person's ready to turn over some sort of a new leaf here, but they can't get the job done because every time they tap in, they get ill. They get this sweet, syrupy, happy energy. And this person, I think it's like kryptonite to this energetic vampire to have sweet, happy, cheerful, pure, and bright energy. Okay? This person here is having a tower moment. This Empress has their own set of gifts and knows they're being tapped into. And releasing all of the sweetest, syrupiest, most kind, understanding, compassionate, and forgiving energy ever, because that is precipitating some sort of transformation and getting the message through to somebody who otherwise is harmful to the people around them. Their secret's out. Their secret's out. That they really need to get a hold of their money situation here. They're on the defense. They're guarded. They're scared, and they're not going to get away with what they've done. They're off balance. They partied too hard. They celebrated too early, and now they have to really take charge. They wanted to end this other person, okay? They wanted to end this other person who was minding their business and just did things on their own because this energy was potent, syrupy sweet, the most bountiful energy they could get. And they knew that they were just ripe for the picking. Just ripe for the picking. It's going to be easy. This is going to be a slam dunk. Now this person feels like an idiot because it was not what they thought it was. And now they have to see some sort of something through one way or another. And I think it's really draining this person the way that they used to drain other people. Ugh. Ooh, let's clear the energy. Bell's going to ring, you guys. Headphone warning. This is loud. All right. You guys, I appreciate you for joining me this morning. I would do a second reading, but I'm running out of time. It's about time for me to get moving on my morning schedule, get my kid to school. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me. And remember, if I can manage to not be a piece of shit, so the fuck can you. Black Betty out.